Welcome to Beacon of Light Radio, where you're about to take a journey through consciousness with your hosts Valerie Camozzi and Tracie Mahan.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Journey Through Consciousness with Tracie Mahan and myself, Valerie Camozzi. So for this segment of the show, Tracie has agreed to let us bring through the Arcturian that she has a close relationship with and who comes through her from time to channel important information for us on the planet. We've been talking about Ascension and what that means, and we're going to ask our Arcturian friend any thoughts on Ascension. Hello and welcome.
And we are here.
And what can you tell us about Ascension? That's been a hot topic lately.
Ascension. So many going through this right now. Even those that do not know they are going through the Ascension are going through the Ascension. It is very, as you guys may call it, vibrational shift in energy and planetary energy as well as individual energy. Each of you individually may notice this happening differently for yourselves. The way it affects your moods, your body, the way you are out in the world presenting yourself. More aware of things that you do not like or you do like in life. Willing to make changes that you were not willing to make before. Letting go of old things, friends, relationships, jobs, belief systems. Some of you are soul-seeking, still out there wanting to find your place in the world. These are all Ascension, parts of Ascension. You are going deeper and going within. The material world is no longer satisfying you. It is making you reflect and prioritize what is most important for you at the time. Have you noticed that when you go shopping, it is not as fulfilling as it used to be?
And why is that? How could you explain that to our audience?
You have been programmed to think that the exterior things in the world, the material things in the world, are the things that bring joy. Always seeking outside of yourself for that thing that will make you feel happy or loved. And it is not so. The things that make you feel happy and loved are the relationships, the internal. The relationship with self is most important. You cannot have the relationship you seek outside of you unless you have the relationship with yourself first.
You talked about us being programmed. Where does this programming come from?
This programming can come from multiple sources. You have what this one we speak through calls ancestral DNA. So programming can come through many generations of thought and belief systems. Programming can come through your religious structures, your spiritual structures, your schools, your doctors, your leaders. The programming through television, through the news, through what you read. It is important to remember that now is the time to step into your individuality, trust your own thoughts, your own reactions to what you are seeing, sensing, hearing, feeling. It is time to start trusting. If you do not feel it to be right, trust that, explore it, investigate it, look deeper. It is a good time for everyone to start evolving into their own inner compass. Allow that to be their guide.
And what can you tell us about how people are feeling as this is going on? Some may be aware, some may not be aware. What else is going on with individuals during this time?
There is so much to be going on. Each person has their own journey with this. Each person has their own story that is unfolding. Lots of purging at this time. This is the word that, again, our host is using for what is going on. Moving out the old energy. There is so much that is no longer serving, that's so limiting, and to release and let go of the limits is opening up to the magic that is available to each person. And for each one, that is a different journey. There are those that are experiencing the symptoms, the vibrational shifts, the what we would consider downloads, upgrades, information that gets coded into your DNA through experience, through awareness, through being the open channel for the information to come in. Each and every person has the ability to do this and to shift out of the dark and into the light. One is not necessarily better than the other. It is not a competition of dark and light. It is just the balance between the two.
How is this affecting our biosphere, the global ecological system?
The planet is also going through an awakening. What we see right now is the core of the planet, and it is making its own shifting, its own vibrational attunements. And there is a lot of assistance through the atmosphere for all of us, for everyone involved. There is energy waves that the planet is entering into at this time that is helping to bring that awakening process, bring that awareness, heighten the sensitivities. Sometimes it is uncomfortable. Sometimes it feels like you're under a lot of pressure. There can be a lot of side effects, as one might say. The way you interact in the world, the way you eat, what you eat, how you speak, the thoughts you're having. Some may have headaches, some may be very thirsty. There's just so many things we could list off here. The body is going through a lot of changes with the atmosphere and the waves of energy that are coming in. The earth itself is changing its vibration. It is evolving as well. It is only a matter of time. Everyone will have to join. This is something that is inevitable.
Is this affecting the fires and the flooding that's going on in the United States and around the world?
Not all of these things are necessary. They are, how do we want to say this? One moment. There are a lot of things that are affecting the earth right now in the form of the shift with the floods, the storms, the fires, the volcanoes. You do have help. There is a lot of help that is unseen. It surrounds you right now. There are a lot of extraterrestrials that really love you. You need to know this. They're not here to harm. They're here to help.
And how are they assisting us?
That is such a big question.
How are some of them assisting us?
Well, some are assisting just like I am here today, speaking through a willing participant. Others are fighting battles that you will never see, hear, or know about in other parts of space and other realities and dimensions. There is so much for you to learn. There is, we're looking here, hold on. There is an energy barrier. A lot of you will start feeling the pressure of this energy barrier coming in closer, tighter. It is in essence a part of the ascension process. It is creating a more stable earth. And yes, you are experiencing fires and floods and volcanoes and tornadoes and everything else, ice and storms. And we say to you that this is unavoidable. We cannot stop everything from happening, but we are keeping the earth stable for you so that life can remain here.
What can you tell us about the energy barrier you described?
We are trying to find words. Hold on. There is a, maybe like a bubble or a grid around your planet. And we are stabilizing this grid. There has been weaknesses within the grid, and these weaknesses are creating energetic instability. How do we explain this? This is the only thing we can find in the mind of the one we speak through. But as you would look at an egg and pull off the hard shell of the egg, you still have this soft surface that holds the egg in place. What would we call that? An embryo or like a skin. And it keeps everything together in the egg, even with the hard shell being removed. Do you understand?
That makes sense, like a membrane or...
Membrane, there. And this is kind of what we would see this energy containment as being something like that to help keep it contained. Just like if you were to poke that membrane in the egg, then you would lose the liquid form of the egg. If the membrane to this grid around the planet were to be violated, then it would cause chaos within your world. And so we hold this protective. We are guarding.
So a lot of people have written me and sent me pictures of what they've seen in the sky, and I've seen this myself, and so has the person you're speaking through, where there are different shapes of cloud-like ships. Are these plasma ships? Will we begin to see more of this in the physical?
Hmm. You may see more of this in the physical, but please be warned that they are not all extraterrestrial. Some of these cloud-shaped vehicles are of your own making on this planet. So this is where we ask you to please trust yourself. If it feels wrong, trust it. If you see something and you get a bad feeling, trust it. Not everything is here to help you. And right now we are in battle with those energies, but what we say to you is that some of this engineering and this cloaking is made by your own kind. And they are putting it out there for their own purpose and gain. So just be aware.
Okay. And in this engineering and cloaking, Tracie had seen this incredible, almost unnatural blue skies. What can you tell us about that?
What can we tell her about that? She is very in tune with these other energies, even if she does not recognize it at times. So she, like we said, trust what she receives. This was indeed something that was overhead. She could feel the, how you say, if you sense something floating over you or something stepping into your auric field and being near you, you feel it, you sense it, even when your eyes are closed. If someone were to stand in your aura, you would sense them there, correct?
Correct.
And she was sensing something was above her, surrounding her, and she was correct.
And was it natural or unnatural? Was it otherworldly or of this world?
We say yes.
To all the above.
But for that specific thing that you are asking about, she had all of those things around her. This was, she used the word a cloaking device, something that maybe would look like a sky. And we confirmed that that was something that was happening in the moment. There was a large energy. We do not want to say it was a ship. That would be misleading. But there was a large energy that was shielding over the West Coast at that time.
And why would it be shielding the West Coast?
As we said before, not all natural disasters have been necessary. They were not all created by natural causes. We were shielding from any further damage.
So in the unnatural causes, was that man-made or was that other from somewhere else?
There is influence from man and from other. We'll say it like that. Man and other working together.
Okay. I know Tracie has noticed solar flares affecting the planet. Why the surge in solar flares, like in September? And what effect do they have on the planet?
So the solar flares, everything moving into a new energy or a new energy moving into everything, whichever way you look at it, it is affecting the solar system. The flares are, as your scientists may project it out there as global warming, the solar flares would have an effect like that. They will change the temperatures, the atmosphere, and also the electromagnetic energy of the solar flares will interact with each individual and bring out their own different experience through being affected by the energy that is coming into the atmosphere through the solar flares. They're all part of, I guess they would be considered part of the awakening process as it moves the energy in this atmosphere to, the word eradicate came out, eradicate old, unnecessary energy that is ready to be dissolved, to be transmuted. Maybe we should call them the eradication waves.
It's a good name for it. Do you have any other information that our audience, it would be beneficial to our audience?
We call to you all to open your heart chakras. Open them. Be good people. You cannot go wrong when you act in kindness. There is no mistakes. So please be easy on yourself. Good day, bad day, up day, down day. It does not matter. Please be easy on yourself and always remember that your neighbor, your child, your spouse, your parent, everyone is going through this. So please hold space for them as well. This is a time of transition and change, and you have volunteered to be here. You have raised your hand and said, let me be part of this experience. And you are here right now for the great transformation of the planet. It is not easy. It is not fun at all times. But as you move through these eradication waves, you will find yourself moving into a higher and higher vibration. Remember, the end goal is to reach that new earth status, the new earth being a place of peace and a place of understanding and compassion. You will raise your vibrations to the levels of understanding each other and humanity and life at a whole new level. And this will make more peaceful transitions and transactions between each other. We are ready to let the old drop away. You are ready to let the old drop away. There is no place anymore for hate and anger and control and fear. It is time to let these things go. And each person helps that process by being kind, act in love, forgive yourself, forgive others. That is the past. Let it go. And that is our advice.
Thank you for such a powerful message and for speaking with us this evening. I know we all are going to appreciate and integrate the information you've given us. So thank you for coming through at this time. And now I ask, may Tracie return.
We thank you for allowing us this opportunity, and we will bring her back.
Well, that was very informative.
Always an experience. And I get the visuals when we go through those. So,
what were some of the visuals you were getting?
So it's almost like there's these rings going around. I think that's what he was calling the grid. And there's like these rings. I was seeing them as kind of a blue color. And it felt like they were keeping, well, just like he was saying, they're keeping the earth in balance. Or
what did the planetary energy waves look like?
Oh, chaos. It was funny when you were asking, I think you were asking about the blue sky, and there was so much energy, but it was like a containment. Nothing could get in. And what I was seeing is you were asking who was doing. They're funny. They didn't want to point any fingers. They're like, not going to get in that. But what I was seeing is there's something out there, and I'm not sure if it is like human-made or what it is, but it was sending a vibration into the planet that was interrupting the ascension. and so they were blocking that.
Protecting it. Yeah.
So there should have been a lot of people that saw that sky that night, because it was covering that shield was covering a large area of the planet.
And you're going to post that picture in Facebook chat. So Beacon of Light Radio Facebook chat. So if people want to go over there, they can see it. It's Beacon of Light Radio chat. So come on over and see that.
Yeah, on Facebook. Yes, and I will post that. And just the backstory on that is it should have been sunset. So I was going out to get my nightly sunset picture because it had been such a nice day all day. I thought, it's going to make a pretty sunset tonight. And it was just like this solid blue color. And it was pretty, but it was like, this is not the sunset.
Natural. It's not a sunset. And it's and
there was no sun. There was no sun.
Interesting.
And I was like, all there is this sky. And so
I think it was described by the Arcturian as kind of a cloaking device.
Yeah. And I'm going to be a little silly right now, but it made me think of the little cartoon Chicken Little. And the sky is falling. Well, in the cartoon, the sky is falling. It hits him on the head, and it's like this octagon-shaped piece that whatever's the background, it turns that color. It turns that it cloaks. And in Chicken Little, the cartoon, or whatever version that is, it was one that came out in theaters when my kids were little. It belonged on a spaceship, and the spaceship could make itself look like the sky, or it could make itself look like clouds or whatever. And that was actually in the cartoon. And we were talking about that. I'm like, Chicken Little, the sky is falling. That's what's up there. There is something cloaking it. So we thought we're looking at sky, but it was not.
But that's interesting because we talked about that last week. We talked about how some of the sci-fi movies and Star Wars and Star Trek all were based on probably experiences someone had or dream time or whatever.
Well, they say that disclosure is right there in front of us and that they put it in movies all the time. And, one of the theories is that we are a free will planet. And so when we sit here and say, how can this happen? How can they allow that bad things to happen like that? It's because we're a free will planet. And as long as we're not saying no, we're saying yes. And that's the, what I was reading about. And when they put it right there in front of us, Star Wars, Star Trek, even little cartoons like Chicken Little, and they're showing us, what they have out there, and we're taking it in as entertainment, but they're letting us know this is out there and we're not saying no. So, it's a theory, but
it makes sense.
Yeah. You don't like it, guys, say no.
That's right.
Just say no. That's our new campaign.
Just say no. I've gotten a lot of emails lately from clients, and you and I were talking about some of the other symptoms people are experiencing. And I stumbled over this article, and I thought this person wrote some really good information about some of the reasons why the different symptoms are coming up. So I thought I'd share that with our audience in case you're going through it. I know I'm going through some of it. And this will shed a little bit of light on it. So one of the things I keep hearing is how stressed people feel, like they're under a lot of pressure at work or at home, or things are just getting overwhelming. And that's to create more space within you, and creating more space within you as we go through this ascension, this shift in consciousness. And I'll just go through the symptoms. Another one is depression, which helps you remove the dark from your past, getting rid of it. So if you're feeling a little wave of depression, of course you don't want to stay there, but go work out or see a happy movie, see something that's going to uplift you. And just know that it's it's transient. This is something that's going to move through you and move a lot of energy. So it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Of course, we always say if the depression is chronic, yes, seek help, seek medical advice. But if it's kind of, it feels like it's transient, like, oh my gosh, where'd this come from? Just know you're going to move through it. And the way to do that, again, is find something joyful or funny to laugh at, and just know that you're working through the energy. Another one is anxiety. And anxiety can come up again because, in this beautiful transitory state that we're moving into, you're expressing and feeling a loss of your ego, which is your identity. So when you're going through that anxiety, just know it's okay. You're going more to a unity, consciousness, community, oneness. So you're just moving through these symptoms. Tracie, you and I were talking about the hunger or lack of appetite, and you're ravenous and you feel like you just want more and more and more food, and it's like, what is going on?
Right.
And you were saying now you feel like you don't have an appetite, that you went through the hunger and now you don't even have an appetite.
Right. Which is a much nicer place to be.
Well, it's your body needing that fuel,
right,
and absorbing it, and then learning how not to just rely on food, to know that you don't have to overeat, but you do want to fuel your body, but you can move through that in a beautiful balance of not having to rely on food for emotional satisfaction.
right.
And just, again, to know you're moving through this. Another one is aches and pains. A lot of people are having upper back pain, lower back pain, and it's really moving energetic blocks, feeling supported. Like in the past, you didn't feel supported. You're getting rid of that energy. You're recognizing it. You're saying, okay, and now you're moving forward. Some people are literally vomiting, feeling a lot of nausea. And that's that kind of purging and letting go.
Spinning.
Yes, you were having a lot of spinning. We were talking
I was having a lot of spinning,
and a lot of nausea with that. And again, it's integrating the new energies that are coming through. Other people aren't sleeping at night. They're waking up all the time. And it's things are happening. And it's a lot of opening, being in touch with those other dimensional worlds. At nighttime, everything's quiet, and a lot of people who have never previously seen are seeing energy. They're seeing energy at night, and the energy can look like little white waves or little sparkly lights, and it's just showing you that you're becoming more sensitive in this ascension energy.
It is. One of the ones I'm looking at is the smell, which has been a new one in the last week. Where I'm sitting in my office and I can smell. We were talking about the California fires, and I'm smelling fire or smoke. Right. And then yesterday I was driving my car, and I mean, it's not just smelling it. I'm tasting these things too. I could taste the smoke. I could smell the smoke. And then yesterday I'm driving my car, and all of a sudden it was like somebody was eating a peppermint candy in my car. And it was so strong that my eyes started to burn a little, like, getting a big wave of peppermint in your eye. And I was just like looking around going, is there something peppermint in my car? I could not find it. And I still don't know what that was. But then I came home. It lasted a couple minutes, and then I got home and I was doing my things, and I come back, I sit down in my office, and I'm doing something online. And all of a sudden it's there again, and I can taste it, and it's burning it's so strong that it's burning my eyes, and I cannot figure out what the peppermint was. I don't know what the link to that was. So if anybody was eating a mint around 12:30 yesterday, or what was
it?
Around 2:30 in the afternoon, and you know me, let me know if you were eating a mint, because I think I was there with you.
Definitely. Those are those are the heightened senses, smell,
Yeah.
taste, all of that. And people are feeling very emotional. That's another sign of the letting go process that's
Hmm.
happening within you, because you're becoming more with that oneness vibration, and your empathy is going out to the world. Night sweats. People are talking about night sweats. Your body's moving to a higher vibration. It's detoxing, and you may be feeling night sweats. Feeling really hot or really cold, your body again is showing you that it's preparing to ascend, and your body's going to go through. I know for me, if I'm doing healing work, I get very warm. If I'm having energy, if energy is running through me, I shiver and get really cold. How about you?
I do a lot of twitching. Valerie's witnessed that. Um, yeah, when energy's moving through me, I don't know if I necessarily get hot or cold. I definitely do the twitching, and
We are going to take a brief commercial break, and when we return, Tracie and I will talk more about some of the physical signs people are experiencing as we all go through an ascension process. Stay tuned. Are you ready for a life-changing journey? Ready to expand your awareness and discover your soul's purpose? Join Michelle Pillen, founder of Sacred Circle Journeys, on a 12-day mystical journey to Peru, May 10th through 21st, 2019. You'll encounter the powerful energies of the Andes and experience the magical, mystical Machu Picchu. Discover Andean history, culture, and spirituality. Visit Cusco. Travel the path of ancient pilgrimages through sacred mountains. Explore the islands and temples around Lake Titicaca. Immerse yourself in sacred Andean ceremonies and much more. For the full itinerary, go to sacredcirclejourneys.com.
and I can't form a thought.
Well, and that's another thing. Memory loss, forgetting who you are, where you're going, all part of the process of finding that new creative birthing you in this. And we were talking about, like, I don't remember. We keep having a conversation. You said that? I didn't remember that. But
Yeah.
it's all part of that going into that new vibration. And dreams, dream time is really important now. And people have been writing me and telling me, oh, I had this dream, and I'm reading about the dream, and oh, it was a terrible, icky dream. But it's symbolism. It's part of the process of releasing energies and traumas that you've experienced in this life and letting go of it. And you know, we talked about taste and smell, seeing and hearing things. We're becoming more sensitive. The ringing in the ears, you know, it's a vibrational frequency. And just when you get it or you hear it, go, maybe I'm getting a download or an upload or a vibrational frequency. Thank you. And just move on.
I'm going to
Yeah.
jump in there real quick, because one of the things that I personally have experienced, and I hear other people are experiencing it, is pressure on the head. And
Yes.
it's not like a headache. It's not anything that's uncomfortable. It just feels like somebody's putting their hand on your head and pushing a little bit. So there's like pressure on the head. And I know when that happens that there's either a download coming in, some sort of shift is happening with that. So if you're feeling a little pressure on your head from time to time, and again, it's hard to form a thought.
That little memory loss.
That little memory loss thing, or forming a sentence, seems like the biggest challenge in the world. You might be getting a download, so just allow it to happen.
And another part of that is what I find helps is increase your water intake, because when you do that, you get to detox the lower energies and detox the body so that the higher vibration can come through, and that usually alleviates headaches.
Let's talk about the detox a little bit. That's perfect. Let's segue into that.
Go for it.
Water, definitely. And I don't know, do you add lemon to your water?
I do. It's a natural antibiotic. It's alkaline. It's wonderful. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what about salt bath? How do you feel about that?
Yes, Epsom
Mhm.
salt baths or any of the mineral salt baths definitely detoxes, very soothing to the muscles and the whole physical body too.
Yeah. So you guys, if you're really kind of struggling with some stuff, think about taking a nice little bath or with a little glass of lemon water or
Even
or hot tea or something like that. But
even hot water with lemon is
yeah,
delicious. It's very
exactly.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just kind of helps you clear out some of the sludge and
Or
clear that
cucumber
energy out.
cucumber mint cold water. Very refreshing, very detoxing, and very soothing.
And there's that mint again. Maybe that's what the hint is. Put some,
Put some mint in your water.
I think that might be it. So, yeah.
Another thing people are experiencing is wanting to go home but not knowing where home is. When I see that, I feel it's their connection to source. What are your thoughts on that?
Um, well, again, personal experience. Um, yeah, when I got the Three Waves of Volunteers by Dolores Cannon, I couldn't read the book because I would cry. I was so homesick, and I would have to put the book down. Um, I definitely think that it's a part of our cellular memory that knows that we come from these beautiful places and we miss those, but we're here and we got to make the best of being here and creating. We are here and making history in our galaxy or however big this is. But gosh, a couple of years ago, I took a regression with a friend, and she brought me into this space of seeing how big this transition for our planet is. It doesn't just affect Earth, it affects the whole galaxy. Everybody's just waiting for us to evolve to this point where we as a galaxy can evolve into another state or another energetic space. And so everyone's cheering us on at this point. That's why it's such a big deal. And that's why there's so many people right now in that awakened state or fall under the volunteers, as Dolores calls them. In my mind, that's why we're all here. We're all trying to create this shift
And I
so
think
that,
we're doing it individually and collectively both
oh, yeah.
because we came here to learn, grow, and evolve. And now we're going to this community oneness ascension level. I had the
Mm,
same reaction when I read that book, Three Waves of Volunteers. It was like, oh my gosh,
yeah.
amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah. So, and again, I think the heightened sensitivity, a lot of us are having the inability, we're on technology all the time. I mean, technology is what we're doing, but we're getting less able to tolerate it. And crowds and bright lights, it's like energy is being impacted from all directions. So if you can, take time out. If you go to the computer and check email in the morning, try waking up and not doing that one morning. If you need to check it for work and for your clients and for whatever you're involved in, do it. Just don't do it the first thing. Go make that lemon hot water drink first and then go check it.
Yeah.
It's one way to manage the energy because you're bombarded by energy all the time. We're getting into the holidays, we're going forward into the mass crowds, everybody has their emotions, your heightened sensitivity, you're taking on things that you don't even realize you're taking on in these malls or these shopping stores and
Mhm.
centers. And then you go to email, and each email you read, whether it's business oriented or client oriented, whatever the origin in the email, you're taking on that energy. So give yourselves a break.
So
And
let's
back to,
let's talk about that energy, because we are all becoming so much more sensitive to the other energies around us. I noticed the other day, I think I went to a restaurant or something, and I sat down and I was sitting there thinking, I feel like this new mood coming in. and I realized I sat in the energy of somebody that was just there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we forget that there are energy imprints. And so when you're in public places and you're sitting where someone else sat, or you go and, you're out there in everybody's energy, how would you protect yourself or shield yourself from that? What do you do, Val?
I don't go. I don't go into those energies. I like my small little shops, in, out, I'm done. But you bring up a good thing. Sometimes, you have to go out there and do that. I do.
Well, and it's the holiday season. People are
right.
shopping and eating at restaurants. And
before I go out, and even when I get into my car, whether you're on a bus or whatever, an easy technique is just take a deep breath and surround yourself in white light. And go out there, and when you do, and even if you could take a minute on whether you're riding the bus or whether you're on a train or in your car, just go down to your heart center and set the intention, today I see things from my heart, and put white light around you. What do you do, Tracie?
Well, I put on a fairy suit with a wand.
I like that. That works. And everybody runs in a different direction.
And then I don't have to worry about it because they're all scattered. I forget from time to time. But usually when I'm in my car, I do say a prayer as I'm leaving my driveway for the angels to be around and guide. And, I have this little prayer that I say. And
Can you share it with us? Can you share your prayer?
God, please send me angels to surround, guide, and protect me today. Go before me and remove all obstacles, and especially do that on the days I forget to ask, because I do forget to ask.
That's beautiful. That's perfect. Short and sweet. And does the job. Exactly.
And usually when I say when I remember to say that prayer ahead of myself, it kind of puts me in a different awareness, because I'm not distracted at that point. I'm focusing on that prayer, and then I'm more aware of everything. But there's been times I forget to say my little prayer, and I'll go out in the world, and next thing I know, my whole demeanor's changed because I ran across somebody that was in a bad mood, or in a public place where somebody's stressed out or something, and then I'm, for the rest of the day, sitting there going, what the heck? Why am I so stressed out? Why am I acting like this? And so a nice reminder, if you do forget to clear, set the energy to shield yourself from it, then you just call in your team and clear it. And I love to work with Saint Germain. I'm all about the violet flame. So I like to bring Saint Germain in and just
beautiful
transmute the energy and ask to remove the parts that are not mine and help me to see the parts that are. So.
And on that, tagging on that, I also find that I try to make eye contact with people and to smile. And if someone's kind of cranky, someone that's waiting on me or at the cash register, they have their own stuff they're going through. So I'm not taking that personally, but I'm going to ask them how they are. How are you doing today? And maybe they're not having a great day, but you've just showed you care, and your vibration can uplift their vibration. So the crankier they are at this time of year, the more I want to smile or look them in the eye or ask them how they are. But I want to wrap this kind of symptoms and the explanation for why you might be feeling what you are. The last one, and Tracie, you and I have talked about this, and we've supported each other through this, but the last one I want to talk about is facing your fears.
Oh, jeez.
I know, huge topic.
Dun, dun, dun.
We talk about this every time we get together. But
and Tracie is now breathing in and breathing out.
But that might be coming up quite a bit for people. And embrace it if it comes up. Just go, oh my gosh, why is this coming up now? I mean, how many times, Tracie, have you and I said that? Well, what's going on with this? Well, your fears are coming up so you can work through them. And what that's doing is moving you forward in so many different ways. So even if you take one little step through your fear, whether it's public speaking or putting a thought out there on Facebook or putting a thought out there in a blog, do it. Just do it, because they help us to make changes that we want to make.
Right. So true. I was like, I don't know if I'm embracing it when I'm shaking a fist at it. And but you know what? Here's the thing. If I'm honoring the feelings I'm having around it, I think I am embracing it. It's just working through those feelings. And yeah. And when you have a good friend that'll help you, slap you across the face and let you know you're being ridiculous, just get over it. No.
And she's being dramatic about this. That does not happen. But what's good is you bring up a great point, Tracie, because if you have a support person, and it may not be your immediate family, it may not be your partner or spouse, but if you have a good friend that you can call up and say, hey, this is kind of what I'm going through, and I don't know where it's coming from. What do you think about it? You can get some very insightful, unbiased information. And if it turns negative, that's not the right person. Next, go to the next person, because what you're looking for is support in your fear. And when you take one baby step forward, oh my gosh, you've just done leaps and bounds, and I applaud you, and we all applaud you. So go do it. You can, and this is the perfect time. We're all ascending consciousness, and moving through this energy takes you higher and higher, and that's where we all aspire to go.
Yeah, exactly. And it's true, though, you make a pact with a friend, make a pact. If I call in, just don't take anything I say personally. Help me work through it. And then you shake, and you both do that for each other. Do it, because that's I can't tell you enough how much it helps me when I can call somebody and verbalize what's going on, because sometimes I'll catch it myself just telling it to someone else. I will catch what I need to do and make the shift. They don't even have to say anything. Just be an ear. So,
right. And in this process of waking up and feeling that expansion, some friends might go away, but there's always new ones that come through. I still think about, Tracie, how you and I met. We met at a conference. We didn't know each other before, but we had, our paths had crossed through the internet before, but not being conscious of it. And what came out of that was beautiful. And friends become family. They're your extended family. So they're the ones that you go to for support. So old friends fall away, and that's okay. That's growth and evolving and learning about yourself through other people. And then new friends come in to take their place that are supportive and loving and nurturing and want your highest and best good. And those are the friends you seek.
Yeah. And gosh, I know we could probably all do this right now. Just think about the friends that you have. And this, I know that we're in a transition time of where we are kind of shedding some old ways of being. So you might be in a transition period right now, but I can look at the friends that I have now and the type of quality of conversations and heartfelt connections that I have with my friends, with Valerie, with family even at this point, is so much deeper than it was, say, 5 or 10 years ago. And
I agree.
I can't even imagine trying to go back to 10 years and having a conversation with people that I knew back then, because I'd probably be bored. I'd be like, why are we talking about this? So, but it's fun. You evolve, and the people around you are evolving, and you just keep going to that next level of understanding. And
it's more of a unity consciousness.
yeah,
Finding your community and finding those friends. And there's so many different ways of doing it. I've had some people say, well, I really keep to myself and I don't do anything. Well, what do you like to do? And one person says, I like to read. I said, great. Join a reading book group. Find a small, intimate group and see if you resonate with the people or the book you're reading, and just try something different. Another person said she really loves to speak languages. Find a language group. There's people that meet in groups for coffee, socializing, and it doesn't have to be a big 200, 500, people event. It could be a very intimate, quiet event, but try to get out there and do something for yourself. So if you're working through facing the fear of finding friends, join a group. It will.
Yeah, that's a nice way to do it. And here's the thing, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, it's right now we have to focus on ourselves. It's about finding our happy, because how are we going to help other people be happy if we're not? So love yourself, do the things that make you happy. I have a friend that calls it dating herself. She takes herself out on dates. She gets her nails done. She goes to movies she likes, whatever. And, and you can be doing that with a friend. You don't have to do that stuff alone, but it's about doing the things that light you up, make you excited. I love having spiritual connections. So I go to spiritual groups, and, we have a Intuitives Unwind group where we get together and do a potluck once a month, and it's a lot of fun. And so finding things like that, just like Valerie said, brings in a lot more energy and vibration into your being, and brings you more of what you desire, which will shift everything in life.
And Tracie, again, you saying that when you're working on yourself, which is vitally important to raise your vibration and your light, you're radiating your own light out to everyone you come in contact with. And that's the beauty of it. It's like a beacon of light that goes out to everyone. So don't feel selfish. Don't get into those head mindsets. Well, I really should be doing. No, you shouldn't. Once you take care of you, you're taking care of everyone around you, because that joy, that happiness, that fun lifts your vibration and goes out to everyone around you.
Yeah, very true. Instead of you going out into the mall and having all the chaos bring you down, go out in the mall and be the thing that brings everybody else up.
That's right.
What you do. So, perfect. And so on that note, you guys, get out there in the world, have happy holidays with this shopping and bringing everybody up with your vibration. I think that's going to be a wrap on this show.
And we want to wish everybody and their families and friends and a wonderful Thanksgiving and holiday season. And we'll be back next Wednesday.
Tell people what you do and how they can reach you.
I do QHHT sessions, quantum healing hypnosis technique, exploring past lives and other experiences, and speaking to your higher self, gaining information for your highest and best good and direction in life. And you can reach me at ValerieCamozzi.com, and that's VALERIE Camozzi, CAMOZZI.com.
Valerie, what area would you be reachable in? The QHHT are in-person sessions?
They are in-person sessions, and I am in San Rafael, California. I welcome meeting you. Contact me.
And then for me, I'm in the Portland, Oregon area, and I also do the QHHT sessions, and I do readings. I do other forms of hypnosis. I work a lot with past lives and with anxieties. I don't know, you name it, I'll work with it. And you can find me at TracieMahan.com, TracieMahan.com. All right, you guys, until next Wednesday.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us this evening on Journey Through Consciousness. We hope you enjoyed the journey. You can reach Tracie Mahan at traciemahan.com and Valerie Camozzi at valeriecamozzi.com. Tune in next Wednesday, right here on Beacon of Light Radio. See you then.